Hello, and welcome to the Team Movement Monthly Team Zoom. My name's Natalie, and I am very excited to be serving this team. We're going to hear from some of our leaders. We just came off the heels of the Team Rockstar Fit annual retreat. This was the third annual retreat and my third annual retreat, and I have to say they just keep getting better and better. And it's definitely something that you want to set your sights on, set your goals on. Push through to be there, be in that room. When it comes to masterminding, Trina and Vito, our leaders, the founders of Team Rockstar Fit, have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to participate in masterminds, and they absolutely agree and believe that they have the best in the industry, and I think so too. And they are they're a dynamic pair. And sometimes I think you can sit there and we get to go to this for free, but something like this, many people would pay, $1,000 to be a part of or more. And they give us this material for free. And it's just to be in that room, the close-knit, the warmth, the love, the community, the encouragement, the support, the round table, it's just really something special. And we'll be sharing some of our takeaways here soon. But we just went over some of the updates and how to get access to those updates, how to hear about those updates, checking in on the coach breaking news, knowing what's going on. Challenge packs will no longer be on sale for $140 ever again. So this is the last month to sell a challenge pack at the low price of $140. Once again, when people get things for really cheap, they don't generally value it. And there's an across the network situation going on where volume is significantly down, because on a challenge pack for $130, as a newer coach, you primarily earn your income on retail, or as a coach rank, primarily you're looking at retail. When you go emerald, working towards diamond working towards star diamond, you start to see the value of team volume and volume commissions. And so 95% of my income comes from volume. It's not necessarily retail. And so it's me taking care of my customers and then teaching the team how to take care of their customers and serving the whole customer base by running challenge groups and keeping people engaged and connected. So when you sell a challenge pack at $140, that's great that your customer gets a great deal on a program, but you only get 35 volume points. Right? You don't get 140, you don't get 90, you don't get 55 like a general challenge pack. So that affects the volume of everyone's organization. So a lot of the organization leaders are saying, my volume's down, what's happening? So they are coming up with solutions to, one, pay new coaches more faster. So they're changing the commission structure on challenge packs and on the BOD. So you'll be making more, and you'll want to stay connected to the coach breaking news for that. It's going to be more than 25% on different programs and different challenge packs. And so you'll be making more upfront as a newer coach or on a retail basis. And then you will also, basically Beachbody's working to make fitness more accessible, because fitness is free everywhere, right? You've got YouTube channels, you've got people don't need to spend or don't want to spend, or there's no necessity from them to feel like they need to spend. They get an at-home workout that they need to spend $70, right? Or $140. So Beachbody's working to make it more accessible to people, but yet the coaches still not lose it, right? Not lose our opportunity and not to lose our business. So they're wanting to make fitness more accessible, but then yet really the bulk of our income comes from Shakeology. So the way of the industry, the way of the world is moving towards digital, moving towards download. So if you aren't talking BOD yet, I highly encourage you to be talking BOD. If you're not a BOD user, I highly encourage you to become one. And you can do it through Roku. Look in your back office, understand the BOD, understand how it works, understand what's available in there. There's free cooking shows. There's so many of the programs. The big program last year was Hammer and Chisel. Well, as a BOD member for $12 a month, you can get access to Hammer and Chisel for free. Right? You don't have to spend $70 or $80 or $100 to get those things. So Just really stay connected with the changes that are coming from Beachbody. Beachbody is definitely a company that's on the forefront of what's happening in our industry. And that's why we're never going to go away. So it can be hard to approach change sometimes and look at change and it make you uncomfortable. I think we really have to appreciate what Beachbody does to protect the future of what we do and who we are, right? We're not going to be the next Blockbuster. We're not going to be Hollywood Video. We are on the brink of what's happening in the industry and what's happening with technology and how the end user is interacting with our products so that our products don't die like a dinosaur. Does that make sense? So stay connected to that. Stay connected to your Coach Breaking News. Next, the health bet. What? It's coming back. Hopefully we'll get more than $16. But if we don't, we'll still make more by getting people involved, right? So, and the beauty of it, like if you read the statistics and how many people got involved in a fitness program through that season, that's really what it's all about, right? I mean, it's really about, you're going to be rewarded by investing in your health and your nutrition and your fitness, and you're going to feel great doing those things, and you'll get some of your money back, right? And you'll get a small pot at the end. So whatever you get is a bonus for you making the commitment of drinking Shakeology, getting that dense nutrition, exercising 5 days a week. So the health bet will be, you want to read the FAQ on it, you want to go check it out, but it's going to run for the dates of January 9th to February 5th. So I would say all challenge packs have to be purchased. You could make your registration deadline the 31st to help you hit Success Club in December. And then you could do a couple extension days because it really only takes, so long to, let's see, the 9th is Monday. You could extend it, into the 2nd if you want to do it. So I'll be closing registration on the 31st with deadline extended into the 2nd. Does that make sense? Into January 2nd. So that could help you hit Success Club for both December and January, and also help a lot of people get healthy in the new year, right? So challenge group has to be in my challenge tracker. They'll have specifications of what they need to do. So you want to make sure that you really clearly communicate that with people, that they have to check in, they have to post a picture of their workout and their shake, and they have to do those things so many days, so many times in order to be qualified. And then Beachbody will just automatically pay them. But that is what challenge group I'll be kicking off in January. And I had originally talked about doing the Ultimate Reset as a challenge group, but I know I'm for sure going to be doing it myself. And I don't know if I'm going to do it in January or February yet, but it'll be one of those 2 months. And I haven't decided when I'm ready to go all in, because it scares the dickens out of me. But it's great, and it feels amazing. And if you want some motivation, look at Kendra's results, because they were awesome. I did a team brunch schedule for January 7th that I have just gotten word that is actual Super Saturday. So I'll be changing that. Danny, you can now still come. Hallelujah. We'll miss you at Super Saturday. But mark your calendar. I have been in contact with the Market Council, and we are waiting for an event and an exact date and time. There's a secret that has not yet been announced about a celebrity trainer. I don't know who. I don't know what. They're not ready to talk about it, but there's talks in the council of the celebrity that's coming to Portland on January 7th. So pretty excited about that. And I'm sure we'll always we'll have a team brunch or something happening before or after. So mark your calendar, January 7th. We don't know the exact date and time. And I'll have a rescheduled date coming for our vision brunch, where we'll do vision boards and some really fun stuff like that. So before I dig into some of our reflection and our goal setting, I'd love to just hear some top takeaways from Danny and April from Beaver Creek. Just so you guys know, a real quick recap. We arrived on Wednesday. What day was that? Wednesday. We arrived on Wednesday. We had a workout. We had some s'mores out by the fire for s'more happy hour. And then we had dinner. We caught up with old friends. We hung out with, Danny had dinner earlier because she has to eat every 2 hours and once a meal. And it was adorable. And then she was like in bed early, which is crazy. But we just reconnected with like Ashley and Kim Gorski and Amanda Cortez, who is Trina's assistant. And we just had a lot of laughs and a lot of fun and a lot of connection. And early the next morning, Trina did a spur of the moment core de force group. I have never cried in a group workout before, like I did with Trina. It was pathetic. And she did like a core de force, like slashing elbows. If you did core de force, you know, slashing elbows. She did this, like the last move was slashing elbows. So every time before she was showing us, she's like, we're going to slash self-doubt. And then we're going to, and then we need, whatever that's called. We rear need our goals or what we wanted. And then we Superman punched and we went after it. And so like the whole time she's like repeating this, slash self-doubt, me, like, I don't remember what the middle one was. And then go after it. And so we Superman punched and I was like ready to cry. And then at the end, we all were in child's pose, like stretching. And she was telling us the story about when she first started working out, she was out of college and she was 25 pounds overweight. And she came in and she hid in the back of the class and she was hiding. And she, the leader of the class, like the instructor of the class, came to her and was like, hey, I noticed you, and started talking to her. And she's like, you noticed me? And then she basically wanted her to come up front. And it's like, yeah, I think you'd be great at this. And like, was the start of Trina's fitness journey and her being in the fitness business. And she was just talking about how, because that person noticed her and invited her to step up in the front of her own life, like to lead in the front of her own life, to come to the front of the class, to come to the front of her life, that we're all there. She's there because of this person. And then she turned it around and said, who are you noticing? And who are you inviting to come to the front of their life? And I just thought, I mean, I'm like, we're all like, I think half the room at least was like in child's pose crying, right? We're just crying, thinking about the people that we've invited to come to the front of their life. So you're on this call because somebody invited you to come to the front, right? And it was just really powerful, really impactful. And then we had like a break. We sat in the hot tub. We hung out in the hot tub with like Anna and just bumped into people. Girls were having mimosas in the hot tub, and we were just having a good time. And then we went straight into meetings. And the first day was very reflective with Trina. We worked on some hard things that were hard to dig up. It was like I don't want to just say emotional. It was like a cleanse of like the soul, right? Of like your mind, the clutter, to get clarity, your business, your family. And I think that's really the beauty of what these events are all about, is that it's not just business. Vito and Trina aren't there just to coach us on our business. They're there to coach us on our life. And we really are doing that with our challengers, with like the people that we're inviting to come to the front, to be in the front with us. We're helping them too. And like, if they want to get healthy, it's not going to just be, work out and drink a shake. It's change your mindset. It's change the way you view things, change the way you view yourself, change the way how you handle your mornings, how you deal with stress, how you handle your life. And so that was just very, very powerful. And I'll be giving you guys a piece of that. And then the next day, Vito blew it up with like talking about how to brand yourself and branding. And some of like the content was just, this is stuff that I talked with Anna that night at dinner, and she's like, yeah, I paid my brand manager $2,000 a month for the last 6 months to get that content. And that's the content that he gave us for free in like a 4-hour period. And I mean, my mind was just spinning. It was still kind of spinning, working on it on the flight on the way home. And then everyone kind of got to do their own thing. They did the spa, or they relaxed in the hot tub. I was a crazy girl and I hit the mountain 2 days in a row, and just had a ton of fun, and it's amazing, because when you go to those events, if you engraft yourself and you get out of your own way and you like, and just like we have to do with one another, right? You know how when we go to the breakfasts, if you just sit there like at Super Saturday and you don't talk to anyone, well, you're never going to make a friend. But if you go and you notice another coach on another team and you connect with them and you learn about them, or if you go to a Team Rockstar Fit event, it's like we're all family there. And you go and you just talk to them and you get to know them. You find out about their life. It's amazing, the friendships and the connection and just what can happen. It's like, I don't want to say magic, but it's like, it's a magical thing to go and be like, I'm sitting in the room with family. I used to go into board meetings at my office and everyone there hated each other and backbit and, you know, try to get everybody fired and did terrible, terrible things to people. And it was boring and it was aggressive and it was exhausting. But at these events with Beachbody and with our team, it was like, it was just like family. There was warm embrace, there was joy, there was celebration, there was encouragement, there was digging deep. And it was like nothing that I ever thought was possible in a work experience. Does that make sense? And so super awesome stuff. And I got a world of takeaways, but I'm going to let Danny and April hit on their top takeaways, and then we'll get into some of the activity that we're going to do tonight. Who's going to go first? April. April's going to go first.
Okay, my kids are coming in from the snow, so it may be loud. Okay, Natalie said some of the same things that I was going to share with you in terms of, I think one of the things that this retreat meant for me was just this huge reminder that this opportunity that we've all been invited to, like she said, is a gift. And I think sometimes, kid, you have to go away. Sorry. I think sometimes we forget that if we don't compare this to something else, we don't always appreciate that all that it is. And one of the things for me is, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm a teacher by training, by school. And I got to go to a ton of, they see you, honey, a ton of training, a professional development as a teacher. And all that I ever did with that was learn how to become a better teacher. And although that was fantastic and a gift in of itself, and it was good things, and I enjoyed getting to work with kids, it was different than the opportunities that we've had as a part of this team to really look at our roles in life. And with that, be able to evaluate that our happiness factor is hinged in all of these different roles we have. So if you haven't looked at your roles, that's something, I don't know how long it's been since we've done that as a team, or is it in 1.0 that they do it? Rock the Basic 1.0 goes into the roles or not?
I send it out with every welcome email, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, so if you haven't looked at your 6 roles, like that's just one of the things, but what really resonated for me was just, again, how important it is to examine like our happiness factor in all of those areas, because most of the time when you look at your life, you're not thriving in one area, and then then it resonates as far as like how happy you are in other areas of life. And so I just love that our team has us digging into all areas of our lives, because the happier we are, the happier it infiltrates everywhere. And that this isn't just about selling challenge packs. And this opportunity was just huge for me to really continue to dig into my belief in why we're going to be successful in this business. And it has so much to do with our ability to continue to work on ourselves and to become more vulnerable as we bring other people on board. So that was one of my big things. And then just as far as also the belief that we each have something unique and different to offer. And sometimes I think we devalue what that is. Like we think what we're just offering is a challenge pack or is Shakeology. And those are huge gifts that we're connecting people with, but that even more than that, we have the gift of ourselves that we're offering, and we each have a different voice and a unique niche as far as how we connect with people. And I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for what that might look like, because something that seems so just common to me, there are other people who find that interesting and novel, and that that's something that we can share. And so Vito had us digging into more, Natalie mentioned, our brand and just some marketing. And I think that sometimes, like, I know that I wasn't really like, I don't really think of myself as having a brand until I actually step outside of myself and think, oh, there are a lot of things that I do that I can share with other people. They don't have to be billboard worthy to be my own brand or my own niche.
Good. Super good. I love that whole piece about I love that whole piece about how, like, finding your own things that speak to your avatar, and really navigating the struggles that she's having and what they look like, and how, like, we did a work through basically, and hopefully we can help guide you guys down that path a little, but like, thinking through, like, somebody was talking about, like, hosting like a 7-day or a 5-day, instead of just like a free challenge group, like a free fitness challenge group or a free nutrition group, which was like what we always do, and it's like boring and nobody engages. Doing something that more focuses on, like, master your mornings, right? Or something that if you think about, like, I was struggling to picture, who am I talking to? Am I talking to the girl I was? Am I talking to the girl I am? Like, where is she? And what were, like, if you could just picture, like, what were your challenges before Beachbody in your life and your mindset, and maybe your job and your family, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, self, like, in your confidence, something like that. And think about what elements that you've learned or grown in or gained by applying fitness and nutrition and some of the elements of what we offer here. And how could you take that and package that to give someone else? Like, I worked up a post, and I'm going to be working on giving something like a free worksheet, but I worked on a post on the plane on the way home that was talking to someone, and it's like a picture of me in my snow gear, and it's a story about the girl who was afraid to fall. And I'm talking about people pleasing and this, like, disease of people pleasing, and how I've overcome people pleasing, and and I have, like, just short little things to offer people. And I have a story that's funny about falling on the mountain and skiing, but yet there's something there, if that, like, my niche person, my avatar, she's afraid of failure. She's afraid to fail her family. She's afraid to fail the people she cares about. And so she's constantly, tirelessly working herself over and over and over again to maintain this sense of, like, people, like, pleasing others and perfection that's not real, right? That's my person. That's who I am. And so how can I help that woman? How can I speak to that woman that's not just like if you think about perfectionism when it comes to fitness and nutrition, right? So many people go so far in the ditch, and then they completely fall off the bandwagon. It's like, dude, nobody eats for perfect 100% of the time their whole life, and if they do, they're half psycho. Okay. So people, it's okay. If you have a cheat meal, you're not going to die. Just dust yourself off and move back on. Life doesn't, like, you don't just go back to eating like crap every single day after you were super perfect for 21 days, or you won't maintain it, right? So teaching people this balance in this middle of the road and how they feel about themselves. And that's my niche. But like, do you see how you could take something that's completely separate from Beachbody? You can attract a market to you. You can help them with your own expertise and what you've done in your life to develop yourself, to grow yourself. And you can lead them in to offering what we offer as a package. And so it's like changing the way you attract people to your brand and differentiating yourself from the sea of Beachbody coaches. You know what I mean? And the sea of online fitness groups. So that was really, really cool to work through that. And we've got all the material, and they're giving us all the worksheets for it. So maybe we'll do something like that later on in the year. But all right, Danny, hit it, girl.
Hi. So my favorite thing about going to these events is, one, it's really cool to say that you earned an event for working hard in your business. So it's always a goal of mine to earn something like this. And when you go to these events, it's really cool to put Facebook faces to actual humans and get to meet them, because you become friends with so many people online, and like to see them in person, it's just really cool. And to be in a room with 100 other diamond coaches, because it makes it feel more real. It makes it feel like what you're doing isn't so far from the norm, because there's so many amazing people that are doing it with you. It's also really nice, like Natalie said, to go outside of, our team and meet other coaches and hear how other coaches are doing, just befriend them and learn from them. And, so the first day they had us sit at a table, and I didn't know anyone. Like, I knew a couple of them from Facebook, but I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have been able to be like, oh, that's her name, or anything like that. And it's really cool to hear that you share the same struggles, because even though we are on a team, this is an individual business. And even though everyone's journey looks 100% different, it's nice to know that other people are going through the same things as you, or they struggled with the same things that you did when you became a diamond, or things like that. So it's nice to have that reassurance. And then obviously anytime you can be in a room with Trina and Vito and learn from them, you should be there, because they're at the top of our industry. So why wouldn't you want to be there? And they're giving us all this for free to help us get to where they are. So it should be a goal of yours, anytime they put on a training, that you can earn that training to be there with them. And I absolutely adore Trina. She's someone who I admire and someone who I would like to grow into being like her. I love the way she speaks. I love the way her mind and her heart works. And it's just amazing to be in a room learning from someone who's so successful, yet so humble, and just ready to share her heart and give all the knowledge in the world. But my favorite thing about the workbook, so they gave us a workbook, and that's what we went through, and it wasn't necessarily like, hey, where did you struggle? Of course, we talked about that, but it was also, hey, what did you do well? I think too many times in this business, we focus on the things that we're doing wrong or the things that aren't working, and we never take the time to say, hey, that was a win for me. Hey, I did great. I earned this. Hey, I helped this person lose this weight. We never really focus on those things. And so it was really nice to reflect and say, hey, I did all these great things in 2016. I really should be proud of the work that I'm doing with my Beachbody business. But it was also great to look back and see where I struggled, where I stumbled, and what I can improve upon to make sure that 2017 is even better. So I hope that everyone is shooting to go to the retreat in Vegas, because one, how fun, and I'll be able to drink again. Woo! So it's going to be bomb. So everyone should go. It's going to be awesome. And that was my take.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. That was so good. And that leads us actually right into what we're going to start off in our reflection time. So we've got about 22 minutes, and my goal is to get you guys off the line right at 7. But really that was one of my biggest ahas at Brendan Burchard recently, was that I don't celebrate enough. And I don't reflect on my achievements enough, because, when celebration breeds motivation and momentum breeds motivation. And it's like this cycle that of success, that if you have if you think about someone who, when they lose that first 5 pounds, what happens? They increase motivation, right? Now they're really dialed in. They're like, hey, it's working. And dedication, which then increases their results, right? And then it increases more motivation and dedication and results. And so it's so important. But if that person who lost 5 pounds only thinks about the 100 pounds and doesn't take time to celebrate the 5 pounds, then they're going to be drowned by the sea of how hard it's going to be to get to that next level. And we have to do the same thing in life. We have to do the same thing in our business. So, and also, speaking of retreats and being in a room with Vito, I haven't made an official announcement, but I think it's pretty safe to go ahead and do. I'm working with the Grand Lodge right now, and it is pretty official that Vito and Anna and Kim Gorski will be in P-Town, Portland, And if you like, this is something that you would fly to. We're open, like we're talking about opening it up to hard chargers. So people from all along California and the Northwest will probably be coming here. People might even be flying in from anywhere to come here. People drive in from Washington. I drove in from Washington for our retreat with Trina. But you can mark your calendars for April, the first weekend of April. And there will be a training event on April 2nd, a full day training event on April 2nd. And I'll be negotiating a room block too with the Grand Lodge in Forest Grove, that if we need space. But we also have a bunch of teams here. You've got sponsors here. So if you're not local, I'm sure you could connect with your sponsor and be like, can I sleep on your couch? But Vito will be coming. We'll be doing a full day's training, and I'm sure we'll have Kim talking about social media. If you don't follow Kim Gorski, the girl is incredible on her social media. We're going to for sure have Anna do a workout for us, and it's just going to be an incredible full day event on Sunday, April 2nd. And then on that evening, there will be a diamond dinner for qualified diamonds. And as well as Monday, there will be an outing for diamonds. So that'll be Monday, April 3rd. So I would definitely say the diamond deadline for rank would be, let me look at something real quick, would be March 30th. But don't hold me to that. So if diamond is in your sights and you say, I want to be a diamond on an event, I want some quality time with Vito. I don't know why anybody would want quality time with Vito, because he just makes fun of you. But no, I'm just kidding. It's really incredible. And to hang out with somebody as successful as he is in our industry and has done what he's done, he's the man. So yes, diamond qualification date will be 3/29. So that is March 29th. You need to wake up a diamond, and that will get you into those events. So mark your calendars for April 2nd. You don't want to miss it. All right, are we ready? Do we have pens and papers? Yeah? We are going to do some reflection. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to do some writing. So the first and foremost, we're going to share, you're going to write down, what are you specifically proud of from 2016? And I'm going to do it with you guys again. So what are you specifically proud of from 2016? And this doesn't necessarily just have to be Beachbody. This is just celebrating your achievements in life. What are you specifically proud of from 2016? Think about, was there something that you did with your family that was really special to you, that you were so grateful that you did, that you took the time out? Was there a person that you helped with their health and fitness? Maybe that person was you. Was there someone that you inspired, that wrote you and told you what your inspiration and your commitment meant to them? Is there something that you said no to this year that you felt really good about saying no to it? And you feel like you've overcame something in your life by being able to have the confidence and the freedom to choose the life that you want? There's something that you did that was hard, but you did it. Did you grow as a person? Did you step outside your comfort zone in an area? Did you invest time or money into something that caused you to be brave? You can add kind of a subcategory to that says, who are you proud that you helped? Who are you proud that you helped? It's okay to even say it was yourself. And if so, why? What did you helping that person do for them? What difference did it make in their life? All right. Next question. How is your life better than it was a year ago? How is your life better than it was a year ago? Does anybody want to share any highlights from any of those things? What are you specifically proud of from 2016? Somebody give me one thing. Tell me one thing you're specifically proud of. I know it's not easy to share.
I'll share.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Kelly.
Okay. This time last year, I was working. I had really, really bad migraines. Sorry, it's so upsetting to me. And I needed to lose about 15 pounds, which seemed like nothing, but I was so negative. And so this year, my husband said, just quit. And so I got to, and I don't suffer from the migraines as bad at all. I still have days, but they're like dramatically better. And I get to volunteer with my daughter's kindergarten class, which I never imagined in my wildest dreams could be possible. And I'm starting to lose weight. Like, I tried to take before pictures because I want to do the ultimate reset. And I was like, God, my before pictures look really good. This is not going to work. And I was so excited about that yesterday. And just, it's been a big year. It's just, that's such major change. Because this time last year, I felt really trapped. Like, just trapped in this body that with a head I wanted to cut off and throw out the window. And I didn't know how I could mom. And so I'm excited. I didn't need to cry.
Hey, we all cried all day. We were all like recruiting our tissues from restrooms. So
And a year ago, you were all strangers. So now I'm crying to strangers, which would have freaked me out. And I don't even feel bad because I'm like, okay, I know I'm talking to. Like,
yeah. You know, I remember the first day I volunteered at Gabe's school, and the first day I went to lunch with him since he started kindergarten this year. And I walked there, and then I walked home in tears because I thought that would never be possible for me. I can remember like having to work, and I just never thought that those things would be an option. And so that's so powerful. That's so powerful. That's what we do. That's the freedom that we offer people when we invite them to this opportunity. That's the gift of what you have to offer people. It's awesome.
That's what I was going to say too, is that that's exactly what you then can share with other people, that this is what you're getting out of this. It's so much more than just I'm buying a challenge pack and getting a new fitness program.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Amazing. All right. Who else wants to share?
I'll go next.
Go, Allie.
I think that it's really important for me to kind of go down the list of the things that I'm proud of, because I've set a goal to be diamond by December 29th, and that's 15 days away. And it feels so far out of reach right now. Even though I have like 5 coaches underneath me, it just feels so far away. And it's so funny that you say that we don't really look at the things that we're proud of enough. And after I've written down my list, I'm like, you know what? I have a lot to be proud of, and I really shouldn't be thinking about, oh my gosh, this one goal I may not hit, even though it still is 15 days away. So I'm just going to say the things that I'm proud of. Hitting Success Club in my first 3 months of being a coach, 2 of those months being on the Team Rockstar Fit top leadership board for the Success Club points. Figuring out a balance between being a mommy and making the time for myself, because that was so stinking hard for me in the beginning, and it's just now habit. Stepping away from the negativity in my life and certain people that I used to call my best friends, they're no longer in my life anymore, and I thought that was so devastating, but turned out it was a blessing in disguise, because I'm no longer that person who goes out to lunch and to dinner or whatever to gossip. I now build on those relationships that I have with those people. So that's kind of huge for me. Growing important relationships that matter to me now. Letting go of fear and the fear of being judged just a little bit, because I still have a little bit of that fear left. I don't think that'll ever go away. Completing the longest program I've ever started. That was pretty huge for me too. Proud that I've helped 20 plus people already getting started with a healthier lifestyle. Sticking to my personal development 95% of the time, because let's be honest, we're not perfect. Some days it's just hard to get to. And also controlling my emotions more and learning when to not be so reactive and kind of sitting back and reflecting on things. So, yeah.
So powerful. That's amazing. That's so amazing. I love that I've gotten better at being afraid of what people think. I'm not perfect yet. And when you're talking about going to dinner and not gossiping, isn't it like, it feels so good to go to dinner with people that I don't really know, but like to just go and like take interest in other people and get to know them, and not like hang out with people who are tearing you down or like talking about you after you leave. You know, it just feels so good to just be in a safe place filled with warmth and love and like we're not in competition with each other, you know, like we're all here supporting one another and our goals. And And our goal is to help people. So there are 6 minutes left, and I want to hear from everyone. What do you guys think about doing more team calls a month? How do you guys feel for team movement for this team? Doing a total of 2. Weekly, I think, is too much. But what if we did a total of 2, twice a month? Yeah, up in our game a little bit. What if we made one at 6 a.m.? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now we're talking people who really want to grow. Oh, that's tempting. So something to think about. I'm not solid yet, but I think 6 p.m. it can kind of be hard for some families at dinner time, and at 6 a.m. your time Mountain Standard, so that's 7 a.m. You got to sleep in a little later. But yeah, so I'm thinking of just kind of upping the game a little bit. You know, like one of the biggest changes that I've had is that I used to have a Wednesday morning meeting for my job, and I had to be at the office before 8 a.m. because the meeting started promptly at 8 a.m. The door closed at 8 a.m. And those were the days that I had to wake up at 6. Like I couldn't stroll in between 8 and 9. I had to be there, like, you know, on time. And those were like Wednesdays were like the worst day. Like I had to be up at 6, you know? And now every week we have a weekly Wednesday morning meeting at 6 a.m. Although I forgot to set my alarm last night and I slept through, but I'm excited to wake up at 5 a.m. Like I was so sad I slept through 5 a.m. But that's part of me learning to master my mornings and master my day and own my life again. And I'm enthusiast to get my me time in before my day runs me. And that's something that we really teach a lot of people. And like, I've never felt better waking up at 5 a.m. I have my coffee, I read my Bible, I work out, I make my family lunches, and then I can even get some work done. And then I'm free to have, like, the more structure we get, the more freedom we get. Does that make sense? So something I'm brewing. We'll call it a 6 a.m. mastermind just for those who really want to grow, who really want to become better. Maybe there'll be special treats for those who show up at 6 a.m. We'll see. Okay, something on there. All right, before we wrap up though, and we'll dig more into this at our brunch. And if you're not able to attend the brunch, I understand because you don't live here in the area. I will also, when we do their teaching part after food, so you can be at home and make your own quiche. But then after food, we'll do this, and I'll open up a Zoom. So whoever wants to chime in, I'll just set the computer up on the table, and it'll be like you're a part of us. So I want you to stop, and let's spend the next we'll spend 5 minutes, and I want you to write a letter to yourself. You guys ready? I want you to paint a picture of your life at the end of next year. So we're going to have another Zoom like this. We're going to come together. Maybe all of you that are on this call will be with me in Las Vegas. We'll be in Las Vegas. We'll be at a team dinner. And we're going to bring these lists. We're going to bring these lists to our next Zoom. Hopefully we'll also be bringing 5 other people with us, or 10 other people, whatever that number is for you. But we're going to bring this list. And we're going to talk about the goals that we met in 2017. Maybe you don't have those all clear yet. What does life look and feel like? Not just physically, not just with fitness, not just with Beachbody, your family, your emotional state, your clarity, your control, your calm, your confidence. And write it as if it's at the end of 2017. And so it's December 2017, and you're looking back on your year. What are you proud of? One of the biggest things that I'm proud of this year is that I took my family camping 3 times. I'm proud that I stopped the world and I had a month's notice, and I took my husband to the Bahamas on a cruise for free with Beachbody. I'm proud that as a team, we collectively helped over 50 new people every single month. Every single month this year. I'm so proud of that. Next year, I want us to help 100 people every month. That's 1,200 people that we could collectively help as a team. 1,200 people. That's pretty powerful. But it's so good to stop and say, what did I enjoy the most about 2016? What were the most precious times? The reason I took my family camping 3 times is because last year we went camping 1 time, and when I reflect back on, we went camping for 1 night, 1 time. And when I reflected back on the most fun we had as a family, it was when we went camping. So I said, this year, I'm going camping more. We're going to have more fun. We're going to have more freedom. I'm proud that I did that. What did you enjoy the most about this year that you want to turn into what you're so proud of that you did next year? Are you proud that in this year you paid off that credit card or that debt? A goal that I have is that I want to have a Beachbody Challenge winner from our team. I like your blanket, Caleb. So just brain dump. Think of your 6 roles. What are those roles for you? Are you a wife? Are you a mom? Are you a friend? Are you a sister? You are a Beachbody coach. That's just one of your roles. So you can be proud of things within that role. Share those things also. But also share the other roles in your life of the things that you're proud of. Caretaker of myself is a role. So maybe you have a physical goal that you want to reach in 2017 that you want to be proud of. Write that down. Maybe you want to do the ultimate reset. You're proud. I'm proud that I did that this year. I was scared of that thing for 2 years. Write those things down. I'll give you 3 minutes of quiet. Can you guys hear the music? Isn't that piano great? That's my friend Adam. He's about to marry my friend Autumn. Pretty cool. All right. Did you guys get some stuff written down? Great. Great. So I would really like for you to spend some more time, because I didn't really get enough time in Beaver Creek either. And I would like for you to write out more on those things and get more clarity and really organize it within your roles. But way before Trina's teaching way before Trina's teaching on roles, my boss used to make me write out 101 goals, and just the way that my brain works, I would have to organize it in categories, and I would take financial goals and health goals and marriage goals and friend goals, social goals. But do those things. Break out your 6 to 8 top roles in your life and write 5 to 10 specific goals in those areas that you want to accomplish in 2017. And start by making sure that you first reflect on this last year. What made you the happiest? What made you the proudest? What were the things that really stood out in your life in 2017, in 2016? And use those things to propel your goals in this next year. Cool? Is that fun? Awesome. We've got so many lessons that we'll be breaking up throughout the year that we've gotten from Trina and Vito. If you haven't listened to the 6 roles anytime lately, I encourage you to do that, to get some clarity on what's most important to you, what your priorities are, and then dictate your life. Dictatorship is allowed in one area, your own life. You're in charge of your own life. No one else has to be. And so tap deep into your heart and what makes your heart beat for life, for what brings you the most joy. Who do you want to serve, and how do you want to serve them? How do you want to show up to the people that you love and care about the most? What do you want to offer those people? Reflect on that and then write out goals that match that reflection. Cool? Thank you all so much for spending your evening with us. If you're tuning into this recording, thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I hope that you take action on these things. I'd love to see you share the things that you've written down, and maybe what you've taken from this call. I would love to have more roundtable and hear specifically from each and every one of you. Just listening to Kelly and Allie's share was so valuable. It's so valuable to talk about these things. And so one of the things that Trina had us do on here too was, after we wrote out our goals, we had to mark who we'll share our goals with. Your sponsor, your upline leader, someone in your downline team, So come January, I'm going to have mine more specific, and I'll share everything that are my goals to all of you, because I think that it's important that we know who we're helping, what we're doing, why we're serving them, why we're working together as a team. And a peer or a cross-line member of your team. So someone that's on the team, share this with a success partner, or somebody that you work with and that you can entrust with your heart. Cool. All right, I'm going to end the recording.